In Myanmar, which is predominantly Buddhist country, there is a Muslim minority that is called the Rohingya. The Rohingya is a minority that lived in Myanmar for centuries. But because of their Muslim identity, because they are Muslim, unfortunately, the military of Myanmar, along with some, unfortunately, I have to say, some Buddhist extremists and priests have been persecuting Muslims only because they are Muslims. Only because they are Muslims. Hundreds of them have been killed so far. Their homes have been burned down. Their mosques have been burned down. Their schools have been burned down. Entire villages have been razed and demolished. Last month only, over 123,000 Rohingyas had to flee and go to Bangladesh, where they are not even welcomed due to the crisis Bangladesh is facing. Those people find themselves between the rock and the hard place. Wherever they go, they are being persecuted, nobody even giving them shelter. Yet, the world is not doing enough to pressure the government of Myanmar to stop this massacre and, in fact, genocide against those innocent Muslims. What really bothers me is not only the world leaders are not talking about it, Muslims are not talking about it. There are 57 Muslim countries in the world. They don't talk about it. They don't do anything about it. They still have their ambassadors to Myanmar, not with a drone. No, I have not heard any Muslim leader objecting to this massacre. And the most wealthiest and powerful Muslim countries, especially those who claim to be the custodian of the two holy sites, they kept mute, not saying a word about this massacre. And instead of helping Muslims in Myanmar, they have been killing their Muslim brothers in Yemen. My dear brothers and sisters, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam says, "Sallu alayhi bi'ala aswatikum." من سمع مسلما ينادي يا للمسلمين فلم يجب فليس بمسلم. If you hear a Muslim individual calling for help and you choose to keep quiet and don't do anything about it, you no longer can claim that you're Muslim. Those Muslims in Myanmar have been calling on you. Many of you have watched those video clips in which those Muslims are being burned alive. Many of them are being thrown in ditches and buried alive. Nobody says anything, nobody does anything. This is very painful. How do we claim that we're Muslims when we saw those innocent people being killed, burned, buried alive for no reason, for no crime they have committed? And we keep quiet about it and we go on in our life? We need to do something about it. We need to contact our congressmen, senators. We need to call on officials. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In the United States, United Nations, and also spread public awareness about the plight of people in Myanmar, Muslims in Myanmar. This is our responsibility, my dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters, also